there, my name's Tracy from Randomness of Rudy, and in this video we're going to talk about Gemini in a relationship with Leo the Lion. You know, I like this match, but I don't see it very often, which surprises me. I probably hear more about Gemini and Scorpio in a relationship, which is an interesting match, not the best match, but I hear about those two signs linking up more so than I hear about Gemini and Leo in a relationship. I like this match primarily because, you know, Gemini in this relationship, Gemini is probably on his or her best behavior, you know, because Leo is this regal energy and Gemini is going to be fascinated. And it doesn't matter if there isn't a mental connection. It doesn't matter if Leo isn't the smartest person on the block, although, you know, these things may become issues later on down the line for Gemini. None of that matters in the beginning because Gemini is fascinated by Leo. Gemini wants to know more about Leo. Gemini wants to be a part of Leo's world. And Leo being this, you know, sign that kind of sees itself as the center of attention, Leo won't mind this at all. There is this level of excitement between these two signs, and I think both will benefit greatly from it. You know, Leo being this physical energy will have a very physical influence on Gemini in the sense that, you know, while Leo isn't necessarily going to want to sit at a cafe and talk about, you know, gravity, you know, Leo is going to want to say, oh, I found out that this new community center just opened, or, you know, let's take a short trip to this great bed and breakfast where there's this amazing history museum, or, you know, let's go rock climbing. You know, Leo will have this way of bringing Gemini outside, outdoors, socializing, meeting new people, and really having experiences that Gemini probably wouldn't experience on his or her own. And so that's what Leo has to offer. And in the meantime, Gemini's detached nature is something that Leo will really be intrigued by as well. Now don't get me wrong, you know, this would probably be something that frustrates Leo too, because Leo is such a personable energy. But nevertheless, Gemini's detached nature and Gemini's, you know, nervous energy is probably something that Leo will find cute, to be quite honest, and easily tolerate as a result. When it comes to the differences between you, you know, this can be a really tough spot in the relationship. Leo has this way of thinking that he or she is always right. And instead of communicating, you know, what's wrong, Leo will say, this is why you're wrong. And that is something that's just not going to fly with Gemini or with any sign, to be quite honest. Because Gemini wants to bring things to the table and debate, whereas Leo has already made up his or her mind. And because Leo is a fixed energy, Leo is going to be fixed on his or her opinion. And so this is something to be mindful of. And really Leo is the sign that could probably learn the lesson here, in that when it comes to communicating difficulties or differences, it's really important to debate and come to the debate with an open mind, as opposed to immediately jumping to the wrong conclusion. So if Leo can learn to do this and fight fair, essentially, the obstacles that come up between you can be easily overcome. With regards to sexual compatibility, Leo is definitely the one that brings it into the bedroom. You know, Gemini, interestingly enough, for all of his or her bravado and the fact that Gemini is so social and Gemini likes to meet new people, when it comes to intimacy, Gemini is a little shy and is a little nervous and needs to be, you know, essentially nurtured and coached into things. And Leo won't have a problem with this because Leo's style is pretty vanilla for the most part in the bedroom, and so Leo will be happy to keep things light and simple. However, once Leo gets going, that's when that passionate energy comes into play, and this will either be something that Gemini is thrilled with, no matter how uncomfortable or unfamiliar it is, or it'll be something that scares Gemini away. Because Leo can be overwhelming when it comes to feelings and passion and emotions in the bedroom. And Gemini is just not used to all that. So in this scenario, when it comes to sexual compatibility between Gemini and Leo, I would suggest that Gemini learn how to relax, make yourself vulnerable, and really allow Leo to, for lack of a better word, devour you, because it will be a very pleasant experience. Outside of these things, it's a good match. There's no reason why this match couldn't work. If you are just mindful of your differences and open yourself up to quite an exciting and thrilling experience, you may find yourself a mate for life. If you want more information, feel free to visit my website at randomnessofrudy.com. And until next time, good luck.